value. You want great ambiance.
I think you're a little
food,
too close to him.
cocktails.
You've known him your whole life, and you're going on and on about this friend. How are we to trust you? Let me put it this way. I've known the guy for about 6 months.
Got it.
He's a good guy.
All right, that is Kenny Olson's endorsement. It rarely happens, but you've got Jack's Cafe, and Kenny has been there. And I'll tell you right now, when you go to Jack's, you're going to be treated to the finest meal, the greatest cocktails, and you can probably get some pretty good craft beers there as well. Sunday brunch is coming up. Call for details at 612-789-7297. And remember to ask for the rookie date night menu, the VIP menu. It is a 4-course meal for less than $100. Several different choices, but ask for the menu by name. Online, jaxcafe.com. Book your groom's dinner or your wedding at Jack's Cafe in Northeast Minneapolis. Tell them that the Rook sent you, jaxcafe.com.
Recently, you were inundated with countless home and auto insurance ads around Super Bowl time. Did you really listen to these ads? What were they trying to tell you? They are on your side. Let's hope. They've seen a few things. That's obvious. I truly don't know about you're in good hands or double check. What are we checking? They are only one company with one agent. No options. All of them. No options. Call the Canopy Group. Our message is clear. You get 16 companies and 20 professional agents. As home and auto insurance needs change, the Canopy Group will help you find another insurance company to meet your individual needs. No fancy ads, just the simple promise of providing you the best insurance company at the best price, year in, year out. New clients enjoy an average savings of over $600. Call the Canopy Group at 800-967-3389 or visit thecanopygroup.com.
Gets checked by Ramsey. McClanahan is there. The puck is still loose. 11 seconds. You've got 10 seconds. The countdown going on right now. Morrow up to Schultz. 5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
Greatest sporting event of the 20th century.
Yeah, but the 20th century's over. Let's get over it.
Jeez,
let's get on with our lives.
Wow. 40th anniversary this weekend,
Yesterday,
son.
Right? Yesterday?
No, tomorrow night is February 22nd. It was a Friday, February
That's
22nd,
when they won. Okay.
1980. They beat the Ruskies. Sunday,
yes, they did. They beat
February,
the Finns.
No, they beat the Ruskies. Pat, to get into the gold medal game, they had the miracle on ice, beating Russia on Feb 22. On Feb 24, at 11 a.m. Sunday morning Eastern Time, they played the Finns and beat them 4-2.
Now, but I don't think that it was like you're playing the gold medal game, right? It was standings. Wasn't it standings back then? So it wasn't like a bracket, was it?
You had to come out. You had to survive your group.
Yes, and then so Finland was there was 8 teams, and then
it was a gold medal, Pat. It's been scientifically proven.
I know, but I was thinking it was like you ended up with the most points in the standings.
Let's just get down. Let's get to the bottom of this.
They beat the Czechs in the first.
Patrick,
game, right?
behave yourself. This is an important question. Why the rancor? Why?
I don't have any rancor. I find it very amusing.
No. See, amusing is rancor. No, you
it's
need
amusing.
You look inside of yourself, and you have to tell us the true, real reason for the rancor. It's been 40 years. You've got to admit. I know the answer.
Kenny, you were an urchin. You don't hardly remember.
I was 15.
Okay, but the patriotic fervor was what I thought was hysterical. The accomplishment cannot be denied. Herbie rope-a-doped him by had his team play like a bunch of asses in New York Madison Square Garden against the Ruskies.
Are you out of your mind?
He tanked it. There's no doubt about it. He tanked it. And he wanted to get the Ruskies overconfident, and he jumped them and won, and it was a fantastic accomplishment. But the patriotic fervor, listen, I've always thought over-the-top patriotism is nonsensical, and this was the most over-top we've ever had.
Oh, my word.
At Patrick _Royce.
You knew
It's a good thing there wasn't any. Oh, I knew Herbie. I
And
loved
there
to
was
agitate Herbie.
Yeah, but you knew him. You knew there was no way he would tank anything ever.
Oh, Bull. He lost to 10-2, was
10-3,
it?
Pat.
10-3. Right. Come on, boys, let's go out there and give them more goals. They'll think they'll think we stink. It was Muhammad against. It was the Rumble in the Jungle. It was the Rumble in the Jungle.
You're just mad because Edgerton beat somebody in a high school basketball tournament and didn't get enough attention.
No, today I'm now. The last couple of days I've just been agitating. I'll admit that.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. I've just been agitating.
How about a couple of decades, not
But
days?
I did write at the St. Paul paper. Man, I can't imagine the fervor the emotion we would have had if they'd been playing Lukenbach, Texas, instead of the anthem, because everybody was wearing cowboy hats. Now, you could get away with that because I was writing for the St. Paul Dispatch, which was virtually invisible, and you didn't have Twitter or you didn't have internet or anything. But I still got enough nasty letters hoping that I died.
I think you would have been
like
set
that.
on fire if Twitter was back then.
Oh God, yes, it would have been fantastic. Yeah, it would have been unbelievable.
You're the most troubled. You're the most troubled man I have ever met.
No. And I did this on Twitter today, but it was one of the most glorious events of my life when I got the "Do you believe in miracles" in Norwegian and put it at the top of my column in '84, and happened to run into Herbie either that night or the next night and got my rear end reamed.
Well,
it
in
was
fact,
funnier now.
On Twitter, you said he called me a bad name.
Yes,
I got to say something. I hate to defend Patrick, but we had Rob McClanahan on yesterday.
Yes.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, I hear he was great. I got to go listen to it. He's a great guy.
But here, he said Herbie never did one thing that wasn't planned.
Yes.
So there's some credence to your philosophy, but I got to tell you one quick McClanahan story, because this was obviously planned, and McClanahan never did get to the bottom of it because Herbie died just as the players were beginning to have a warmer relationship with him. All right? First game, they play Sweden in Lake Placid. And McClanahan gets hurt in the first period, early in the first period, first shift maybe. Got terrible contusion on his hip, and the trainers take him in the locker room. Takes his stuff off, and he said it was like pouring hot water on ice. He was just really inflamed. He couldn't move. Herbie comes in and just reads McClanahan the riot act, calling him every name in the book. And McClanahan said, "I wanted to punch him." And then Herbie went out into the hallway. McClanahan followed him into the hallway, still saying, "I'll play when I'm damn ready to play, and you're not going to tell me when to play." He's saying this to Herbie. In the meantime, the Swedes are coming off the ice, and they're going into their dressing room down the hall, and they all stop and watch this. And McClanahan said they must have thought we were completely crazy. And I bet there was some method there for Herbie to get that message across.
Yeah. He's an emotional version of Bud Grant. He never did anything that wasn't planned. There's no, my favorite Herbie ever is he's mad at he's coaching St. Cloud State and he wants to turn him into a Division I school, and he hates the River Falls coach because he's he coaches thugs, right?
Yeah.
So Herbie brings his St. Cloud State team down there. I can't remember what the name of the guy was. It was a local guy, a St. Paul guy, I think, coaching him. But Herbie, the Huskies come out, I believe, for the second period and start a riot. And it's basically, it's an old-time Broad Street Bullies big riot. And Herbie is not out on the bench. He claims he got locked in the locker room. And he wasn't, if he'd been there, he would have stopped it.
Oh, yeah.
But damn well he opened up the door and said, "Go kick the crap out of those guys. I'm hiding in here." So, okay.
How's it in the fort today? A little rainy for
Cold.
you? Oh, that's a shame.
I feel bad for
That's a
that.
It's
shame.
blustery and cold, and the poor Gophers are going to be arriving here in about an hour and playing tonight, but not exactly what they expected. And they also, the Twins are not I don't know why they bothered to fly this team down here. for this game when they have nobody playing tonight. They're starting their seed team, and then they're bringing guys over from the minor leagues to fill it out. So and the pitchers are none of the Dobnik's starting, and he'll probably end up making the team. But
will they have a good crowd for that one, Pat?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe 3,000, 4,000. I don't know. They're going to give John Anderson a plaque before the game, and
that's cool.
And honor him.
Reavers is crushed that it's not on TV.
I thought it was on TV.
Not
What's
on
the
TV.
deal here?
This would be like having the Fort Myers Mighty Muscles on TV.
Pat, I don't give a damn. It's baseball, and we still have
a game. Is the Bradenton game on tomorrow?
The one Sunday is on TV, but tomorrow's game is not.
Okay.
When we play the Jays, the hated Blue Jays on Sunday.
Ooh, yes. So the Blue Jays coming down from Dunedin, they'll bring a fine club. There's not much early on now. Hardly anybody brings their players.
You know what you could do, Patrick? Our guy Jake Petrishka signed a deal with the Jays. I bet he'll.
Really?
I bet he'll be on the bus down to Fort Myers.
It probably will.
Hey, Pat, is Patino's job in trouble?
I would doubt it, but I wouldn't bet against it. Coyle is, he can't be happy.
No,
he cannot be happy because they had 14,000 against Iowa, right?
Yes.
And everybody said, "Wow, look at this enthusiasm!" They announced 9 on the game on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Right, Reavers?
Yes.
That means 7, right?
Well, I know because I drove through there leaving here, and it was not trouble getting through campus that before the game started.
How about a trade? Saunders for Patino.
Yeah, that both teams lose. It's one of those trades both teams got screwed on.
Didn't they give him an extension after after they beat Louisville last year?
Yeah, I think it was the year before.
It was
that.
the year before, okay.
But I think this is year 2 of a 4-year. It's cost you $2 million to fire him.
Right now, it's his only headache, though. The hockey team is soaring. The football team is soaring. And
Louis made a hell of a hire, Motzko.
Mm-hmm.
Louis hired him.
That's right.
But the hockey team's playing great, and the football team is one more year at PJ, and then he's going to Southern Cal. But that's
Scott. Here he goes. Here he goes.
Well, let me steer to something a little less controversial. Jojo Rabbit. Sounds like you really like it. Tell me about it.
Joe, did you watch it?
I haven't yet. I've had people tell me that they couldn't stand it and they turned it off.
Yeah, I've heard both sides, and
I
think I trust you more, Pat. But tell me what it is.
Scarlett Johansson is mom, and she has a 10-year-old boy who is being trained to be a Nazi. And this is near the end of the war. Things aren't going good for Germany, but he's all in on Hitler, and he has an imaginary friend. Hitler is his imaginary friend, and he's got an 11-year-old buddy who's as ill-prepared for war as he is. And then he discovers that there's a young Jewish lady hiding up in the attic that his mother, Scarlett, who works for the underground, as I said, is hiding her. And he begins having discussions with her because he first of all, he wants to rat her out, but he's talked out of that. And then it's wonderfly written, and it's a anti-hate satire is what it is, and it's wonderful. But I'm sure that some people probably turned it on and thought they were seeing a kids movie or something. I don't know. It's really good. And the director is that Watiki or whatever his name is. He's done some stuff, but he plays Hitler too. And as I said on Twitter, this was pretty good. Steve Walsh is a guy who's been following me on Twitter, and I've been following him for years. And I sent out a response tweet saying Hitler's pretty good too, which is something you don't say often.
No.
And then I said, I don't know, something else in there. So Walsh said he read this just standing alone and said, "So this is how it ends." Which I thought was as funny as the movie. No, if you guys don't like the movie, I'll be shocked.
I am going to see it on your recommendation.
It's so well written, and some of the lines are fantastic. And this fat little 11-year